Hey, everybody. It's Allie, and welcome to our Y&R Chat for Sunday, September 17th, 2023. And the award for the shortest lasting marriage goes to... What? Wait, what? Ashley and Tucker took one whole year to reunite and get to the altar. It was so much work rebuilding that relationship, and they're broken up, 3 weeks after the wedding? That's insane. And they're broken up in a flashback, no less. All that work, and they break up in a flashback with an unsaturated filter over the scene. Oh, my Ashley and Tucker deserved so much better than a colorless breakup. No, actually, I really appreciated the suspense here, because the week started out with the breakup already having happened. Out of nowhere, Tucker was just back saying he and Ashley were over, but there was no real explanation about what happened, and it definitely left me scratching my head. So by the time Friday came along, I was at my screen with bated breath, just wanting to piece together what went wrong between these two. What went down? What happened? Tucker is blazing mad. Blazing mad. He married Ashley thinking that they were going to be building a brand new life that included starting a new company together with a shared goal of crushing Jabot and then acquiring Jabot. But Ashley told Tucker that she now doesn't want to start a business with him that would hurt her family anymore. That's how she felt before, but she doesn't feel that way anymore. Now she has reconciled with her brother. She has had a change of heart. She wants to be better. She wanted to let it all go. She wanted to be zen, kind of like he's been telling her to do all along. And then as soon as she does that, he throws a fit and then rushes back to Genoa City and sleeps with Audra. Okay. Honestly, if one big argument over business was enough to send Tucker back into another woman's bed, then frankly, Ashley was right to mistrust him all along. His infidelity was the reason that she had such a hard time trusting him again. And here we go. At the first sign of trouble, the first thing he does is the thing that he knows will hurt her more than anything. Shame on you, Tucker McCall. Shame on you, Tucker McCall. But now that that's out of the way, whoa! Tucker and Audra were kind of hot. Oh my goodness, they're sexy. And all of the pillow talk later, I thought was so super sexy. I just loved how he was looking at her like she was a work of art, like she was the Venus de Milo or something. And he just slowly moved her hair back and kissed her on the forehead, and then later was kissing on her hands like he was worshiping her. Yes. Take note, gentlemen. Take note. I honestly had to stop and ask myself, well, are these actors involved in real life? Because there was just something about the scene that felt so intimate. It was so slow and so real. I mean, the pacing was on. I think it was all in the pacing, just because it felt like it wasn't like a crash, boom, bam, like Nate and Victoria in the hotel room this week. Tucker and Audra were slow. They really took their time, and that gave me a chance to really adjust to the fact that it was happening. And it got me totally on board with it when I wasn't on board with it a couple of months ago. Like when they were messing around when he first came into town, I wasn't really into it. I didn't feel the chemistry. But I feel like now I've gotten to know the characters a lot better over time, and I like them both a lot. So I'm into it. And I really like the idea that Tucker and Audra have this whole backstory together that we never saw. I mean, there's things going on between them that we just can't know. It feels like a secret somehow. Like they know their relationship, but we don't know it yet, but we're picking up on it and we're dropping in on it. And I just think fits really nicely in with the plotting and planning that they're about to be doing. So Tucker wants revenge. Sleeping with Audra was part 1, I think. And now he's got Jabot and the entire Abbott family in his crosshairs. He is thinking, Ashley hurt me by making a decision that was best for her and best for her family, so I'm gonna scorch the earth. Okay, Tucker. Join the club. Adam, Billy, and now Tucker. I'm mad. Let me funnel this energy into a corporate takeover. The Abbotts now know that Ashley and Tucker are broken up. Jack had this long, loving, listening conversation with Ashley from Paris with all of those delicious baguettes in the background. Maybe it looked like there was a cheesecake back there too. I better just pause for one moment here to appreciate the little Parisian set. I thought there was lots of charm there. It seemed like a great place to cry and spill your guts out over the phone. Yeah, Ashley told Jack that Tucker is so mad. She gave everything from her perspective and then said he is so mad right now. It's scary. He is madder than I have ever seen him before. And we got to confirm that as the audience when we saw Tucker make that very angry call to Ashley and left her that fierce voicemail at the end of Friday's show. He was angry not only that Ashley would change their plans, but that she would lead her family to believe that he was the problem, which is maybe not exactly what happened. I think her family just leapt to the conclusion that he was the problem. But I really loved that fierceness from Tucker, that anger from Tucker, that just unbridled fury, then juxtaposed with the second voice message where he completely melted on her, saying, how did we get here? What went wrong? What happened to us? I think this says that Tucker is being fueled by emotion right now. He's not being logical. He's letting his emotions lead him. And Ashley told Jack that Tucker's coming for them. So the Abbotts are gonna need a plan. And the plan is, let's let Billy handle it. All right? That's the ticket, don't you think? Let's let Billy handle it. With more subterfuge, of course. Billy did so well on his mission to infiltrate Ashley and Tucker in the past. He nearly flipped sides doing it. Let's go ahead and send him over to the other side again. And let him find a new partner to screw us over with. I mean, you know that Billy and Tucker are totally going to end up teaming up. Tucker and Billy together are the real threat to Jabot. Not Diane. I mean, nobody's thinking about Diane now. 1 week ago, Diane was Billy's public enemy number one, and now she's just standing quietly in the background in her violet off-the-shoulder, scrunchy, tight, slinky dress. Looking fabulous. I mean, what happened there? How that changed a lot in 1 week. Did Billy have a total change of heart about Diane, or is he playing dead right now? Early in the week, Billy did a complete 180, and he told Jack and Diane that he was backing off. I mean, they're planning their wedding reception, a party, which I'm looking forward to very much. We have the invitations ready. Yes, 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 party. Also some potential for drama there, but they're going to be happy for now. Billy said, hey, you're not a problem with me anymore. All that fury that I had last week, saying that Diane was a threat to the company, looking into the company bylaws and whatnot. He just decided to change his mind and make peace with Jack and accept Diane. I think it's a whole lot more likely that Billy just wanted to make Jack think that he had made peace and that he is accepting of Diane. Billy will inevitably team up with Tucker with Audra's help on the side, I think. And I really think that Audra's role in roping Kyle in or manipulating Kyle could be pretty interesting. Kyle turned down Billy's suggestion to use her, but I don't think Audra is quite so loyal to him. Kyle kind of caught them together coming down the stairs, and she was able to gloss over it pretty easily. I don't think Kyle, I mean, he was definitely like, what's going on here? But I don't think he was asking too many deep questions about it. And then when Billy approached him to maybe see if he could get any info out of Audra, Kyle was like, no, we're not together. And he was sort of still sticking with their little, with his little sly partnership with Audra. But as Tucker said, Audra is not just 1 step ahead. She's 10 steps ahead. So she is either going to be able to recruit Kyle to come in with Tucker and her on the takeover plan, or she'll just end up using Kyle as a means to an end. And either way, we will have sexy results, I'm sure. I think it's good for the short term. I mean, somehow I'm guessing that Kyle and Audra aren't going to be together forever. I don't see them as a long-term couple. I keep thinking that I would really like to have Kyle get to know Sally. I think that Sally and Kyle could make a hot young pair. I really loved getting the chance to see Sally Spectra actually doing some sketching this week and working on her new business. And once Kyle's done working at Newman, maybe Sally could recruit him into her new company, because he has all of that design experience from Marchetti. Sally and Kyle could team up together and then go compete against Summer at Marchetti and against the Abbotts, or I don't know, maybe that won't be the case at all. Audra could end up scorning Kyle, and Kyle could end up going back to Summer. Who knows? I don't think Summer would take Kyle back, though, at this point. Summer is back. She is back from her roller coaster U.S. tour. And she's insisting that she and Kyle are over, and she is fine with it. She is ready to move on. And so it seems she is moving on to setting her sights on Chance. get any plotting and planning to steal Sharon's boyfriend vibes out of Summer yet, but she does seem to be looking longingly at Chance, seeing him with Sharon, probably wishing that she was the object of Chance's affection instead of Sharon. Maybe she might like to be the first lady of Genoa City as the soon-to-be appointed woman of the chief of police, girlfriend of the chief of police, someday wife of the chief of police. Okay. Let's get some follow-up on that. Chance's career. Maybe next week. We know it's going to happen. Chance is going to become the new chief of police. And I kind of wonder if Sharon will end up finding herself in some legal trouble or something. Maybe Chance might need to arrest her. Who knows? Maybe something will go bad at Kirsten. We're back to calling it Kirsten, by the way. Have you noticed that? Now that Sharon has gotten the company back to Victor, we're calling it Kirsten again. It's like musical chairs jobs around here. When the music stops, everybody grab a job. Nick made the announcement this week that he is not going to be taking the co-CEO position at Newman Enterprises. He's going to go work with Sharon instead. Good move, Nick. Good move. You and Abby are the only ones with any sense when it comes to your careers right now. You will never have autonomy. You will never have freedom as long as you are serving King Victor. As long as you are serving King Victor by working at his company, you are always going to be serving in his court, and you will always, always be subject to his whims. Just ask Victoria. Boy, when Victor said to Victoria that he was naming her as the co-CEO of Newman Enterprises since Nick wasn't going to take the job, I really thought he was going to say that he was getting rid of this co-title business and he was just going to make her the damn CEO. I don't know why we need co-CEOs now. Jabot has to have co-CEOs. Newman has to have co-CEOs. Do they need to skip hands or hold hands and skip off into the sunset together too? I don't know. Why is it co now? But no. No, Victor has decided that now he wants to take back the reins of Newman Enterprises and share the position with her. I don't know how you can take the reins and share the position at the same time. Besides, anytime Victor says the word share, you might as well put it in quotes. Share. He's co-CEO. Please. I mean, I can see his point about why he feels he has to take the lead. I mean, if, I think he feels like letting the kids be at the helm of the company just causes drama between the kids. And he feels that it would be less stressful for him to just do the job himself. But realistically, if he still feels like he has to do it all himself, then he has failed. He's like 80 years old. His children are in their 40s and 50s. Why not just make it, a triple CEO position then and let Victoria and Nick and Adam, all three, have their say? Why can't they just all have equal board seats, equal shares, equal say, and just let them duke it out, all three of them? Oh, hi, Abby. I see you there in the background, smartly staying out of it, pretending to be an Abbott for now. Just be in the Abbott for now. Forget the Newman business. It's not pretty over there in Newman land. It's not really pretty over in Abbott land either, but I think it's smarter to maybe just, I'll be an Abbott for now. That's what I would do if I was her too. Well, as for Adam, it seems like Victor has bought in to Adam's quickie turnaround and is planning to let Adam work his way up through the company the way that Victoria did when she was, 15, 16? I mean, if Adam has an MBA. Why not give him a position that would be equal, at least equal to his qualifications? I'm not sure exactly what this is going to mean for Adam. It's not going to be a respectable position. We're going to end up seeing Adam sorting mail or something. How humiliating. I'm sure Nikki will love that. I have to say, I enjoyed Adam calling Nikki out to Victor. He played it perfectly. It was great. He was basically busting Nikki out to Victor without, blatantly busting her out. Because Nikki came up to Adam this week and she was scolding him. And it was so bold. She said, "You have 24 hours to stop whatever scheme it is that you're plotting, or else." Oh, really? Or else? Or else what? That is funny. You have 24 hours. Like she was setting a bomb or something. Oh. But she's not wrong. Adam is planning something. We just don't know exactly what it is yet. Apparently, Phyllis has all kinds of time to be worried about Daniel's perfectly fine love life. It's not like she's busy with a job or doing community service or anything. You guys, Y&R really missed an opportunity this week to follow up on that. Why not just write a line or two to have Phyllis acknowledge or tell us about the type of community service that she is doing? Her character desperately needs some new life breathed into her. Viewers need to be able to connect with her again. I mean, she went so totally far off the rails that I think the fans really need to see her showing a little bit of humility. Showing some of that, "I'm not that person anymore," that she's claiming on. But no. Instead, she is expending her energy lunching with Heather and fanning Heather's old flame for Daniel, when by all other accounts, Daniel is perfectly fine, Heather is perfectly fine, everybody's perfectly fine. There's no reason to be doing this. I guess Phyllis has nothing to do? Phyllis has nothing to do. She doesn't even have the job that Adam gave her at S&A anymore, since S&A doesn't exist. So I'm serious. I feel like getting into her community service work, even just for a couple of weeks, could have been a really good growth opportunity for the character. They're acting like she's a woman of leisure. Like she probably has she had to pay for the lawyer. Jeremy took all of her money, or at least half of her money. She probably has a bunch of lawsuits for fraud. And she's like, I don't have to. You need a job, Mom? No, I'm not in any rush. She literally said, like, no, I'm not in any rush. What is going on? What is going on? Phyllis. Maybe she'll end up with Heather hiring her to do some pro bono work, and maybe that could do something for her character. Or I don't know. Maybe Phyllis and Heather are going to end up working together for Tucker, since Tucker seemed like he had some kind of job for Heather. I don't know. I've got a feeling that Heather is going to go back to Lisbon and find out that her law firm is closing. And now she has to find a new place to set down some roots, right? She has to. No choice now. And where would be a better place to do that than where Lucy's father is? And where her sexy ex happens to be? I have to hand it to Lily. I think she's handling the Heather situation with class. You know, she's giving Daniel the space to figure it out. She doesn't seem to be intimidated, and she's, still bringing the heat to the bedroom throughout. I like that. But who knows, in the previews for next week, Lily is telling Devon that Victor has up and decided to sell his shares of Chancellor Winters to some unknown person, which honestly is pretty callous, considering that Victor always claims that he has such respect and such friendship for Neil and Catherine, and then he's just going to leave Neil's kids, Catherine's grandson, flapping in the wind and sell his stakes in their company to some unknown person? Probably Tucker? Or Adam? Or I don't know, maybe Cameron Kirsten back from the dead? I keep waiting for that. Is Mariah doing any work at Kirsten? Any? Or is she just kind of scurrying around the Chancellor Mansion, worrying about whether or not she made the right decision in moving there? All Mariah did this week was have 2 conversations. One with Sharon, and then one with Abby and Devon about how she's afraid she made a mistake in moving there. Yeah, Mariah, you probably shouldn't have moved in there. I mean, how long is Tessa supposed to be gone for? Months? A year? I mean, seems unnecessary. If it's just a couple of weeks, couple days. I don't know. I'm hoping this is going to result in some juicy drama somewhere. Because if not, I think Mariah probably would have been better off strolling the vast fields of the ranch with Arya in a baby carriage. Well, work can be a sanctuary sometimes. A sanctuary? That's always the conceit of soap operas. Something bad happens, throw yourself into work. It can be a sanctuary sometimes. I don't know, I've never fully bought that. But it was Mariah who said that last week. She was talking to Devon about Tessa and her work schedule, and we found out there's a problem with Arya. So should I stay in town and be with my family, or should I throw myself into work? It can be a sanctuary. Oh, ridiculousness. Congratulations, Henry, Juanita, Heather K, Sharon W, Sue W, Dolores, Brittany, Daisy, and Diana. Congratulations to you. And here is a new quote for the week. Break a leg. Who said that? Break a leg. It's an actor thing to say to another actor, or a theater thing. I don't know if they do it in television or not. Maybe it's more of a theater thing, saying break a leg. It felt sort of like an inside moment. That's why it stood out to me. Who said it? Do you remember? If you do, go to yrchat.com to leave your guess. And if you get it right, I will give you your shout out during next week's Y&R Chat. Well, Juanita, this is a great week for you, guessing the Who Said It quote correctly and having a birthday on the 19th. Which is better, getting a Who Said It quote right or having a birthday? Let's see. So that would be Tuesday, Juanita. Happy birthday on Tuesday. Can you get 2 Who Said It quotes right in a row? That would be like double icing on top of your birthday cake. All right, let's get to some comments about Mariah and Tessa. We'll start there. Tony says, so what is Mariah doing at the Chance Manch? I don't see a triangle with Devon and Abby. I think she's just going to bond with her Bowie. Somehow she's going to give him more attention than she gives Arya. Maybe leaving Arya alone at home and some kind of story along those lines. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be a direction where Mariah starts to bond with the baby she carried again. I don't think they've had any scenes yet with Mariah and Dominic that would indicate that. I mean, again, like everything Mariah, Abby, Devon was just like, okay, Mariah listening and expressing that she wasn't sure about this decision. There was no plot there, so I'm confused. And actually, Gary has a really great possible explanation here saying, well, this is hard to handicap. Interesting thoughts, but the way Y&R is, there may be no story here at all. The visit is what it is. Just bringing characters together. In the old days, or on another soap, Mariah and the kid making a move would be for a specific storyline situation. But Y&R is often just spinning their wheels with nothing. Filling time. You know, that might very well be it, that we're always looking for plot, because that's what we're used to, and maybe there is no plot here. Maybe it was just to get some scenes to fill time. And also, hello, Sherrod gives us the answer I've been waiting for, saying, it seems that Tessa was out of town only for a few days. The characters due back on screen next Tuesday, September 19th. Oh, that's Juanita's birthday. Oh, so that'll be a big day. So Tessa's already back? This was so unnecessary. I mean, we haven't had any time for any, like, romantic stuff to have gone on between Mariah and Devon, or any baby stuff to go on with Mariah and Bowie and Aria. It's just, that was just a quick, maybe Gary's right. There was just nothing to it. It's just there. Tessa's back on Tuesday. What will she say about Mariah moving in? Will it matter to her? Is there any drama gonna come up between them, or are they gonna bond more over what's going on with Aria? Well, I guess we'll find out next week. Well, Calmness says, when Sharon was pitching the job at her company to Nick, she was like a sexy siren mermaid, casting him under a spell. Sally definitely looked every part the third wheel. I loved it. But then Sharon topped it with her expression when she saw Summer falling all over herself around Chance. Yes, I know. Sally was definitely looked uncomfortable in that situation. It was like Sally wasn't there. Nick and Sharon were like, yes, let's do this thing. We got this, team Nick and Sharon together since being teens. And then Sally was kind of there in the middle, definitely looking like the third wheel. Maybe Sally's going to find herself drifting back toward Adam. Gary says, OMG, Ellen. Even Esther despises Adam. What did I do? He asks her. Great way to drive away paying business, Esther. Yeah, right? I mean, Sharon's all busy setting up this company. Esther's taking over the coffee house, and she's kind of she's jumping right in on the down talking with Adam. Like, he's there to spend money. Why would you do that? That's kind of a bad business manager decision. Maybe you need to think about your jazz trio more instead, Esther. Well, let's talk about Victoria here real quick. Because Diana says it was nice to see Victoria get a taste of her own medicine for a change. She's always gloating and thinking that she's so high and mighty when it comes to Adam and her position at Newman. She never has any sympathy for Adam when Victor turns on him. It's about time that Victoria got the same treatment. It would be awesome to see Victoria and Adam team up in business now that they're both feeling bitter and resentful toward their father. I think fans would love to see Victoria finally warm up to Adam and treat him like he is family rather than a piece of garbage. It would be a wonderful change to the constant Adam bashing, and definitely it would make Victoria more likable and not so one-dimensional. Yeah, the constant everybody ganging up on Adam is tiresome, and I think it would be good if Victoria became an ally of his. I like that idea, but I doubt that's where it's going. I think they're being set up to go head to head. Tina says it's going to be fun to see Victoria act out and lash out at her dad, just like Adam does when his dad pulls the rug out from under him. Yeah. Naomi says Victoria is surprisingly naive about her place in the family. Victor is equally cruel to all the kids when it comes to his company. Amelia H. played that scene with Victor perfectly. She was fighting back tears and could barely speak. She was so angry. Yeah. Well, Connie also says Victoria's getting a taste of her own medicine and I have zero sympathy for her. The rebuttals that she was giving her dad mirrored the same rebuttals that Nick gave her. Yet, she ignored Nick's valid reasons and used her power to oust him anyway. Now she acts indignant when Victor uses his power to demote her. I must confess, I enjoyed this comeuppance. Is it just me? I don't dislike Victoria as much as everybody else seems to, or well, a lot of people seem to. So I don't know, I felt bad for her. I was like, well, gee, I mean, what exactly did she do just now to have this happen? But yeah, I mean, I can see wanting to see the hammer come down on somebody else, well, or anybody else, because I mean, it seemed like Nick and Adam received the brunt of Victor's wrath during his last I'm going to take the reins and, take control thing. And Victoria came out squeaky clean. Nothing had happened to her. So I guess it's just her time. Hey, this is funny from Tony. As nicely as I can say this, I do not like Nick's hair, all shaved off on the sides. I maintain I like him with longer hair just above the collar. Could he go back to that, please? Yeah, oh, I do. Yeah, I do kind of like his hair a little longer, except it gets greasy. It gets a little greasy, but I mean, he can work it. But yeah, the thing is that it's completely shaved. I mean, you can see the wrinkles in his scalp. It's so close to the scalp, and then it's long on the top. But the thing about it is it's not it's not like there's no gradient on it. It's very stark. It's like shave and then all of a sudden bunch of hair. It's not gradual. It's a little too on the nose. Yeah, I don't love that hair. I've been thinking that I don't love that hair ever since that hair showed up. Well, here we go. Sharon W. says, at Society, Sally expressing to Nick that she can't help but worry where Adam's going to end up between losing his job with Nick and Sharon and losing Ava. Sally adds he has to be devastated. Quote, maybe he will finally learn some humility, answers Nick. Sally looks appalled and responds to Nick saying, wow, that's cold. Sally asks Nick if he thinks Adam deserved the loss of Ava. Per Nick, quote, I think it's inevitable that he suffers some kind of pain like he's caused others. Sally says, but Nick, I've done things to hurt people. Is my loss and suffering inevitable? Yeah, that was a real moment there, wasn't it? Laura says, well, what Nick said was brutal, and I can't believe someone wrote that. Yeah, it was definitely pretty tone deaf coming from Nick. And, the thing is, though, I agree that Nick has a one-sided opinion of Adam. But I feel like Sally walks over Nick every single day and every single scene. It's like, Nick is constantly tiptoeing around her. I feel like both of the guys are constantly tiptoeing around her. And I'm just so ready for their relationship to end. And I know I'm in the minority here, but I am not rooting for Adam and Sally to have their reunion. I just think months and months and months ago, I would have been for it. I was for it. I totally got the initial spark. I was all about it a long time ago. But Y&R lost me on this one. They lost me. But they'll probably get me back. It's not all that hard. Sharon W. says, on the previews for next week, Adam asks Sally if she's suggesting that they have dinner together. Sally says, apparently I am. Is this the dangle the carrot tease that this couple will be written with in order to move forward? Do I or any of my fellow chatters have the constitution or stomach to be able to hold out for some positive hope for these two? For those who have been tired of waiting but still love Adam and Sally, remember their recent past. They were definitely hot, hot, hot. And sorry, but Nick and Sally are lackluster and boring. A brand new Sally Adam adventure could be hotter even than before. Y&R, where's the beef? Where's the beef? You're right, they were hot. They were hot. It just, fizzled. Y&R just didn't feed it. They didn't feed the flames. She was so cold to him. She was so horrible to him. Sometimes I just feel like Sally's kind of awful. Like she just treats both guys like there's no challenge for her. Sally could have either one of those guys at any moment, and they're both just like at her whim anytime. Oh, please choose me. Please choose me. I think Sally needs a little competition or something. I just feel like she gets away with a lot. Well, new topic. Sharon W. says, Billy leaves his lonely park bench and goes straight to Jabot to give Jack and Diane his apology. Didn't Adam just apologize to his family yesterday? I have some suspicions. When Billy and Adam were talking at the bar a mere week ago, they were both commiserating with each other's dilemmas. The fact that Jack always waits for Billy to screw up, and the fact that Victor always dumps on Adam. Is this the plan that Adam told Sally about? The plan that Adam's close to making happening? Does this plan begin with Billy and Adam's apology tour? The plan that moves the two of them closer to taking over Genoa City's business dynasties. Let's proceed. I like that a lot. I really like that idea that maybe sometime off screen, Billy and Adam had a conversation and decided that they could become allies, and maybe Billy is on his way to taking over Jabot and Adam is on his way to taking over Newman. I think that's a really interesting idea. And let me ask you this for a poll this week. I was thinking about it. It's like the Abbotts and the Newmans are in exactly the same place. Like the two families are going through the exact same story. And I just wonder which family you like better. I don't think we've done a poll like this. And that's really interesting because the Newmans and the Abbotts are two most featured families, largest families on the show. Kind of wondering which ones you like better. The Newmans or the Abbotts. Go to yrchat.com this week and vote for your favorite family. I think it'll be interesting to see those results. And on last week's poll question, I asked you if you think Diane is a threat to the Abbotts to Jabot. Is Diane planning something? 74% of you, vast majority of you say no, Diane's not planning anything. We've seen no evidence of that. Just 26% of you believing that she is still up to something. She's got something up her sleeve. Henry voted no, saying, I don't feel Diane is a threat or is up to anything. Her haters seem to want her to walk on water or something to prove that she's changed. I'm all in and on Team Diane. I truly think she just wants to live a happy life as Jack's wife, the mother to Kyle, and the grandmother to Harrison. I just wish all would let her be. Yeah, and Ron says Diane is the one thing I'm not questioning on this show right now. She's making me proud. I like that. Southside Granny, though, says, bye-bye, Jackie and Diane. But in his blindness to the woman I love, his family will come to his rescue again because of Diane. History always repeats itself. The question is, will Diane be seen drowned in the creek again? Ooh, well, that's interesting. Sue W. says, no, not thus far, but I'd love to see either a change or it be revealed that Diane's carefully been playing a long game and is or has been up to something nefarious. The fallout would be a great emoting showcase for all the cast involved. I'm all for the soapy mess. Yeah, and Ellen says, if Diane all of a sudden becomes a threat to what is her now own family, to Kyle's family company, or to somehow hurt Jack, it's a total rewrite. At some point, they may want to write Diane out, and they will suddenly have her turn bad. But for now, Diane is back in Genoa City to reclaim her family and make up for lost time. Living in exile and being under Jeremy's control was not the good life. She is in Genoa City for her second chance. And Tina Cole makes a good point that Y&R has shown no hints from Diane's perspective that she's plotting something, not even a sinister look for the camera to hint to the audience that she's deceiving them. Yeah, it seemed like right when Diane came back, it was all hints. It was like, oh, every time we turned around, there was some other new thing that was getting revealed. She would always say, oh, yes, I lied about that, but here's the reason why, and I didn't lie about anything else. Flash forward to the next week, and she's like, okay, well, there's that, but here's why, And so there was a lot of that. So I understand why Southside Granny and the other 26% don't trust her. There's reasons. But let's move on to another topic. Diana says, I can't believe how quick Tucker was to sleep with Audra after he just got married. Yuck. Audra has no shame. She never feels any guilt. I hope Ashley returns to Genoa City soon. It was so quick. I was like, until I got there. And then all of a sudden I was like, actually I'm into this. I was surprised with myself for that, but I'm with you. I hope Ashley returns to Genoa City soon. Is Eileen Davidson gone for a while? She comes and she goes. It's been nice having her. Dolores says the tender moment that Audra and Tucker shared was so sensual. No words spoken, yet had so much intimacy. It seemed that Audra understood that Tucker was hurting, and not knowing why he was in pain, she felt that he needed her, and she made sure that she would be there for him. Audra and Tucker have a complex relationship, it seems. Yeah, Dolores, that's what I picked up on that too. It was just she just seemed to know. She just seemed to have some kind of intuition about him, and that she knew what he needed. Of course, there's like a 50-50 chance on that. Ain't too hard to figure out. All right. Well, about Summer, Diana says, I'm enjoying seeing Sharon's jealousy of Summer and her interactions with Chance. I like Sharon and Chance as a couple, and adding Summer in the mix makes for an additional fun, soapy drama to spice things up. I look forward to seeing more of these three together and what Y&R has in store for them. The fact that Summer is Phyllis's daughter probably makes Sharon dislike Summer that much more. It's also a little bit ironic as well, as Phyllis cheated on Nick when Sharon was married to him, and now Phyllis's daughter is seemingly doing the same thing. The difference is Sharon's not married to Chance, but bring on the drama. Oh, this is good from Sherrod, who says, actually, Summer has always kind of had a hateful relationship with Sharon. Remember the time Sharon sold Summer's horse? So Summer's going after Chance, even though she knows he's in a relationship with Sharon, would not be a surprise. And after all, Summer slept with her own mother's boyfriend. I kind of vaguely remember Sharon selling Summer's horse. Oh, that's such a good, deep pull, Sherrod. And yeah, we can't forget, Summer slept with Billy when I think Phyllis and Billy were still together, or yeah. Oh no, I think they had broken up. I think Billy was like, okay, we're broke up, now she was going after her mom's boyfriend while Mom was still with him, pretty sure. Oh, okay, this is a happy topic from Diana, who says, Allie, I was very happy when you said that Michael Damian would be returning for a storyline. I was pleasantly surprised, but at the same time, I know Y&R does listen to you and our requests. I'm sure many fans appreciate the classic legacy characters being back to the show and enjoy the nostalgia that they bring. I really hope that this storyline involves Christine and Danny getting romantically involved again. If that happens, they would definitely need to add some drama to their lives. Phyllis may possibly be that person, as she is currently single and available and has always been attracted to Danny while having it in for Christine. It would be just like old times. I love it. I love it. And it seems like he's going to be around for a full story. And they called it an extended stay. And there was a picture of Laura Lee Bell and Michael Damian together. And so I really do think it's going to be a Danny and Chris romance. And you throw in some Phyllis challenge. And yes, nostalgia. Just like old times. Oh, we saw Tracy this week, and Sharon W. says, I've always liked Tracy. It's good to have her back, and we got a much better look at her new haircut today. She looks so pretty, and the hair really flatters her face. Tracy's haircut is like the best thing of the year. I I love the hair. She looks so good. And also in another casting news, Gary had his phone says section, was it last week or the week before, saying that Mamie Johnson's coming back, and I confirmed that. Soaps and Death had an article about Mamie coming back. I don't know how long. I don't know if it's I get the impression it's more of a recurring role. So we're going to be treated to having the voice of two voices of reason within the Abbott family. Where is that within the Newman family? We need Miguel back or something. We need somebody who is able to give that bit of wisdom and keep the Newmans in check the way Tracy and maybe now Mamie do for the Abbotts. Miguel is the only one I can think of who could fit that bill, or Douglas, but I think the actor is dead, so that wouldn't work. But I think Miguel is still around. That'd be awesome. Okay, well, Connie says, hey, we often comment on the clothes, but I would like to compliment the hairstylist. I especially loved Nikki's varied styles because they're pretty from all sides. This week she had curls in a bun that were so attractive from the back. And I also loved Diane's gray that frames her face. And I even asked my hairdresser how they did this coloring technique. Well, Connie, what did your hairdresser say? Because this has been driving me crazy. How is her hair so perfect? Is it natural? Is she so blessed that she just has that perfect streaky gray? Is that just how her hair is? Or is there a coloring technique? Please, Connie, tell me what your hairdresser said. And also about hair, I noticed this week that Peter Bergman has really good hair. I mean, I don't know if maybe he has, do they still do hair plugs? He has to dye it because it's not gray at all. But I mean, he's not balding at all. Is it possible that he has like a hair plug or something? It doesn't matter. He still has really good hair. He always had really good hair, and he still has really good hair. And I like how they have it, his hair is trimmed really tight, really short, but then he does have length right there in the bangs, which is his trademark look. He always had the long back swept bangs. That was always how he looked and how he wore it. And I just noticed this week that he does still have a little bit of that longer length and the little sweep up in the bangs. It's like a tailor-made haircut. It's perfect for him. It's perfect for his head. Jack's hair is perfect. Jack and Diane are perfect hair couple. If this were high school and we were voting for the couple with the best hair and to go in the yearbook, it would be Jack and Diane, hands down. More fashion. Victoria says, new hot fashion trend is silky wrap dresses or jumpsuits. Sharon's green and Audra's lavender dresses were so beautiful. I love that silky wrap. I love those silky dresses. They look so luxurious. And jumpsuits have been in for a while. I like them very much. Can't wear them, but love to look at them. Niece 911 says, not only those pretty fashions, but we saw Victoria in an all-white pantsuit, Sally in a silky pantsuit, Diane in a purple rather than the go-to black or navy she has been in since day one, and Nikki's always in superb attire. Phyllis and Summer looking so pretty too. Yes, everybody, absolutely everybody. And boy, Ellen says Diane looked gorgeous in that strapless purple dress. Wow! Purple, or whatever fashionistas call that specific color, may be her secret weapon. Is it violet? I don't know, maybe that would be cheap. Is it plum? Let me know what specific shade you think that is. I'll tell you what I want to see Diane in. I want to see her in olive. I really feel like she could pull off olive. I want the same cut, same dress in olive. Take note, Y&R fashion crew. Olive. Connie says, the clothes and accessories are always trending and fashion forward, but my only criticism is that they don't always align with the seasons. My sister lives in Wisconsin, and no one wears sleeveless dresses or ties bare legs in the winter. I would love to see hats, coats, and boots that are trendy. Oh my gosh, yes. Outerwear. I love outerwear. I love coats. Wouldn't that be so great if we got to see hats, coats, boots, scarves? Yes, Connie. It's fall in Genoa City. It's time to get out the swimwear and the velour jumpsuits. Pumpkin-colored velour jumpsuits. Who will be the first to wear a fall velour jumpsuit? That's a good question. Who is seeming a little depressed? That'll be our first clue for who will get the velour jumpsuit. Oh, wow. That is it for me for this week. But you guys should go to yrchat.com and leave your comments and come back next Sunday and we'll talk again. I love you guys. Have a really good week. Bye.